Hello, welcome back to this week's sit down video. I hope you've been enjoying my sit down videos. Let's just get right into it. So today we are talking about one of my most favorite things, which is working out. Even though, fun fact about me, I struggle almost every day to actually work out. And so that leads into the first topic. But before I get to the first topic, hello, my name is Les-leen. In case you are new around here, I am a registered nurse with a decade of healthcare experience, and I'm also a certified yoga instructor. And I show new moms how to put themselves first through the use of yoga. Also, happy Black History Month if you're watching this in the month of February. So working out, there's so much I can say about this. I'm so passionate about it. I love doing different types of working out. I actually, a couple days ago, did pickleball for the first time. I'll see, maybe I'll insert a clip, maybe I won't. But moral of the story is I really love moving, and it has a lot to do with how I was raised. So before I give you some tips, because I have tips for you, don't worry. So make sure you get your pad, your paper and pen. But I want to give a backstory as to, because people are like, damn, Les-leen, they have you look good and thank you. And then, they're like, but just how? You got kids, you got a husband. It's a lot going on in my house, which I'm pretty sure is a lot going on in your house as well. It's like, how do you put yourself first? Because when it comes to working out, and we'll get into tip one, let's just get into it, and then I'll give my little backstory, but you have to shift your mindset, right? And I'm looking down because I have a script. I'm trying to keep these videos really short and cute, but you have to shift your mindset around working out. You can't think of working out, as corny as this sounds, and it probably sounds corny to me because I hear this a lot because I'm in the health and wellness space, but working out is not a punishment. It's a reward. It's a reward. Working out, having the ability to move your body in some type of way is a reward. It's a privilege. And studies show that the more consistently you work out, and notice how I said that, the more consistently you work out. I'm not telling you have to work out every day. Actually, also, please consult your provider, right? Your doctor, your medical doctor, on how many times you have to work out. But it's really, and I was talking about this in a post actually recently, you have to first get consistent, right? So you have to get consistent. Let's stay on script, Les-leen. But, changing that mindset of oh, I hate working out. Oh, it's that. Scrap all of that, okay? And also, I encourage you to check out what yoga class is right for you. Like I mentioned, I am a certified yoga instructor, so I'm going to plug yoga. That is my thing. So check that video out to see maybe there's a specific yoga class that you like. Maybe you tried hot yoga and you hated it because you don't like to be hot. Maybe you can do yin yoga or restorative yoga. But check out that video and I go more into that. So instead of thinking of workouts as something you have to do, think of seeing them as something you get to do. Okay? So again, instead of thinking of workouts as something that you have to do, think of them as something that you get to do. Movement is self-care. And hopefully maybe you're hearing this for the first time, but also I've realized with me, you can hear things multiple times, but the more that you grow as a human being, this was a coach told me this before, you hear it at different levels. That sounds weird if you don't know what I'm saying, but I recently was reading a Bible scripture actually, and then listening to a devotion, and I was like, I never heard that in that capacity before. And it's because the more you evolve, the more time you as you get older, you gain wisdom and you go through life experiences, you see things different, you hear things different. So movement is self-care. It is not punishment. And we're going to get into this next thing of how you can make workouts fit for your lifestyle as a mom, right? Specifically if you're a mom in your 30s. I want to say this too. I'm in my Jesus year, actually, y'all. I am 33 years old, and I don't like odd numbers, but I like this number because if you don't know, what's Jesus year? Jesus was crucified at the age of 33, which is wild because he made one of the greatest impacts in the world, right? So I say all that to say, though, I'm getting somewhere with this. I have 7 more years in this decade, right? And if you understand how our body works and metabolism, the older you get, the slower things become, right? But we have the power through the use of working out to actually reverse our clocks internally, in the sense that by working out, you can lengthen your life. God willing, the more you work out, the longer life you can live, the longer, healthier and happier life you can live by working out, right? So tip number 2 is make workouts fit for your life as a mom. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I know you got a lot going on. I got a lot going on too. But also, I was like, I have to record this video today because I'm excited to do it. And that's just also nobody is home right now. Moms know how that goes. So a big reason that moms struggle with consistency is because we're trying to force workouts that don't fit our schedule. Instead, you need to make fitness work for you. And this goes with anything in life. Like, make things work for you, not against you. We can go more into, and I think I'm going to make that a separate video, but like how to make a routine that works for you, right? So if that be that you work out before everybody wakes up, if you're a morning person like me, you can work out before the kids, everybody wakes up. Maybe you're a night owl and you want to work out at night. The only thing I will say about working out at night is that when you work out, especially if you're going to do cardio, like riding a bike or running on a treadmill, anything that is raising your heart rate up at night, please try to do this workout like 2 hours before you go to bed. Because if you work out and then immediately take a shower and try to go to bed, you're going to be like, I can't go to sleep. Okay. Typically. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Right. And then just a pro tip, you want to find your non-negotiable time for movement, and I just said that. Look at the script. I'm already like knowing what the script is going to say. So just pick a time. And especially like if you are a new mom or you're a mom that has majority young kids at this time, and maybe your kids are at home with you, like maybe it's nap time. So maybe it's smack in the middle of the day that you're like, this is when I am going to work out. But you have to make sure, which we're going to get into this next part, is that you schedule it. So that goes out into continuing this tip number 2 is schedule your workout. So the same way that we schedule our kids' doctor appointments, our husband's doctor appointments, we have that shared calendar, is the same way that I want you to put it into that calendar. I actually was talking with my husband yesterday, not to put all his business out there, but long story short, he's like, I'm going to start working out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I was going to say, oh, you should put it in the calendar. But this is how, woman stuff here. But I said to him, I said, hey, can you put it in the calendar so I know when you are working out, so I don't book a call or an event or, something that I have to leave the house because we have young kids. So him working out, I understand working out for me. I don't want nobody bothering me, right? So I said, put it in the calendar so I don't schedule anything at that time, because that is your time. So I don't know if it was reverse psychology, but he was like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he immediately put it in the calendar. All right. So that was just a small win for me, right? So put it in the calendar. And I also said this to him as well, and take this tip too. Put it in the shared calendar if you have your partner with you, and put it for weekly. That's also something I will say. When it comes to working out, for me, my doctor prescribed that I work out 3 times a week. I am not at this time trying to cut weight. I'm really just in this maintenance phase right now. Maybe next year I might try to bulk a little bit, but my body is I'm a naturally slim and muscular person, but not like super muscular, but like I'm a slim, muscular person. Shout outs to my dad. And that was a backstory I wanted to share with you all. The reason that I love to work out is because of my dad. And this is, I guess, a little bit parenting, but because I worked out all the time with my dad, right? And as a kid, I didn't see it like that. I was just hanging out with my dad, right? But now as an adult, I'm like, oh, he was like killing two birds with one stone, because my dad taught me how to skate. My dad taught me how to ride my bike. He says he taught me how to swim, but I don't remember that. But I do know how to I know how to survive in the water. But long story short, everything that was outside was with my dad. And to say, if you're somebody that struggles with this is going to sound bad, but if you're somebody that struggles with working out, give yourself grace. This is not going to sound bad. I'll make it sound good. Give yourself grace and think about how you were raised. Did you see your mom working out? Did you see your dad working out? Right? So take that into consideration when you're like, oh, I got to work out because I'm seeing it online. I'm seeing this and that. Like, remove that, please. Remove what you're seeing online and really have a heart to heart with yourself. Maybe you had a come to Jesus moment with had to go to the doctor because you had a health scare. I hear that all the time. Like, that's a lot of people's motivation for working out, because they unfortunately have a health scare, right? They have a health scare. Maybe they have a heart attack. Maybe they had chest pain and they're like, what is going on? And a lot of the time, I'm not saying this is always the cure, but working out can significantly help with your numbers, with your blood sugar, can help with your blood pressure. Notice all of these things are blood related, right? And so with me, my doctor said working out 3 times a week is what I need to do. So I do not work out daily. Like, I don't do that. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because I got a lot of things on my plate. But I say all that to say I work out daily at least. No, I don't. I work out 3 times a week, 30 minutes. That's something else. I made a post about this a while ago. I'm not like, oh, 10,000 steps a day. That actually was a marketing thing that I think on the other side of the world, don't quote me, I think it was like the Japanese, they were trying to sell pedometers, and they're like, oh, let 10,000 steps, like that's something that marketing, like people will like that. Isn't that wild? Okay. So anyways, 10,000 steps, like if you were trying to lose weight, that would make sense. Like, oh, go see your doctor. That's the first and foremost thing. Go see your doctor. And if you have a great provider, they will help you, figure out how many times a week do you have to work out, right? But you have to be real with yourself. You have to be real with yourself, because again, I'm putting my husband on blast, but not really. But he at this time is going to okay, I'm going to work out once a week. That is great. That's incredible, because when it comes to working out, like I said with tip number 1, working out, it's a mindset thing, and it's also a consistency thing, right? You have the most important muscle when it comes to working out is building your consistency muscle, which is it's all mental. It's all mental. So if you can get on the calendar once a week, I am going to work out, and you do that and you commit to that. Try that at first, right? And so I also wanted to just share with you guys, like I like to write things down. So I wanted to, this is a longer video, but it is what it is. I'm really passionate about this kind of stuff. So like I said, I work out 3 times a week. That's what my provider says I need to do. So I actually did like a little habit tracker, because working out is a habit, right? It's nothing to write home about, but this is what mine looks like, right? So I think you can see it, but I colored in every day that I worked out last month in January. And then I wrote, I am committed, because this is a little woo-woo, but anything that you write after I am, you become, right? So anything that you write after I am, you become. And it's not as simple as that though, because there's more to that, but putting pen to paper is very transformative. So I wrote, I am committed, and I'll also keep it really funky with you all. I wrote this commitment statement mid-January after going to this meeting that a group I'm a part of, this meeting we had. But I put, I am committed to working out 3 times a week in the month of January. And I did it. and I colored all the dates in, and that made me feel really good. And then so for this month of February, I'm changing it up. I saw Cheska Lee. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she was talking about journaling, and she's creating these cute habit trackers. So I did get inspo from her. So this is what this one is going to look like. So it's all the days in February, and then I'm coloring the days that I actually work out. So the 9th, I worked out. That was Sunday, where I did pickleball. I did not have my watch, so I'm a little annoyed. So that's why I took pictures, and that's all the record I have, but it's not on my watch. But that's why it's nice to have a paper tracker, because I could come back to it and color it in, right? So just making it also fun, right? So make your own habit tracker, right? And so if you want to start today, you're like, okay, I'm going to work out once a week for the next 4 weeks, because typically 4 weeks are in a month, right? Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. 4 weeks are in a month. So if you can say, I'm not going to wait, because that's something else about me. I will tell you, just do it now. Do not wait for a fresh month, fresh week, fresh whatever. We're going to start today. And so if today is Sunday, that you're like, okay, I'm going to work out every Sunday after church or whatever, right? And you're going to do that for the next 4 Sundays. I promise you, you're going to get excited about it. And then get this, when you commit to the one, I was going to say only, but when you commit to the once a week, you're going to notice maybe throughout the week, you're also going to be more aware of your time. That goes back to mindfulness and yoga. See, I always bring it back to yoga. But you're going to start to be more aware of your time, because you're going to be like, wow, so I was able to work out Sunday. Maybe I can try to work out, today. I have this lull. Instead of me scrolling on my phone, I could do a walk, or I could do a quick yoga video with Les-leen. Plug again. Okay, let's get into this final tip. So going to finding workouts you actually enjoy. Like I mentioned this already, consistency, right? You have to get consistent first is one of my biggest things before you and you can do that, but I know how I stay, and this is how, I know this is how people stay, especially as moms, we get to decision fatigue so quick. Decision fatigue really quickly is you wake up, and typically that's why they say work out in the morning at 5 a.m. and all of this stuff, because when you first wake up, typically, if you are a morning person, your brain is more fiery, and you can make decisions at super, super quick. But as the day progresses, because you're making the kids lunch, you're taking the kids to school, you're pulling out their clothes, you're helping them put their clothes on, you're helping them put their shoes on. There's just so many little things you don't realize that you're doing. So when the end of the day comes, you are fatigued, you are decision fatigued, right? So that's why when it also going back to scheduling those workouts, it's important that you schedule the workout. So if that be that you already put it on the calendar, or you book a class, right? So you're like, you know what? I'm going to do yoga with Les-leen for the next 4 weeks, right? Because I have a playlist. I have over 4 yoga videos that you could do. You're like, I'm going to do a yoga class with Les-leen for the next 4 Sundays, right? And you're going to put that in your calendar. You're going to say yoga class with Les-leen. And then also, I'm really getting granular with y'all. You're going to put the link of that YouTube video in the notes of the calendar app that you have. You get what I'm saying? Because you have to make it so easy for future Les-leen, for future Sally, that you're not like, oh shit, okay, I said I was gonna work out today, but let me see if there's a workout class. Let me see if on Eventbrite Saturday night you're looking. No. Okay. So I'm giving you a lot of things in this video when it comes to making a routine. That's really what we're getting at, making a routine. But we're just talking about working out, okay? We're just talking about working out. Once you build that routine, right? So you worked out for 4 weeks in a row, and we're going to say that you did, even though it's only once a week, but you did it. You committed to something, because so many of us, we say we're going to do something and we do it once, and then we don't do it again for a whole 3-4 weeks later, right? But you worked out for 4 weeks in a row. Now you could dibble and dabble. Now you could be like, you know what, maybe I'll try pickleball, or maybe I'll start walking on the trail, or maybe I'll do Pilates. Everybody into Pilates now. Or maybe I'll work on strength training, right? That's when I encourage you to dibble and dabble. after we have built that consistency muscle. So I gave you all of those things. If you like to dance, I am not a dancer, so I always veer very far from that type of working out. And then I think that's, oh, I said a lot of this already. I'm just making sure I said everything to you guys. And yeah, so we're going to wrap this video up. I already said give yourself grace. Like, I've never heard it in the way that I said it earlier, but going back to take a moment before you're like, okay, I got to work out. I got to do this. I got to lose weight. Oh my God. Oh my God. Take a minute. Give yourself that grace and be like, how was I raised? Did I see mommy or daddy working out as a kid? I didn't. That's okay. And then I hope that motivates you, to my mom friends, to be like, I'm changing that. I'm flipping that script. My kids are going to see me working out, because it's also showing my kids that I take care of myself. I do not think it's a badge of honor to be what people say a lot. They'd be like, my kids are my world. I do everything for everybody, but I always forget about me. I think that's really sad. And I know that's, I'm stepping on toes. But anyways, also, this is the last tip. So it's 4 tips. Make sure that you have some type of accountability. So I have my Apple Watch here. I try my best. Like I said to y'all Sunday, I did not wear this, so nobody knew that I did pickleball. So that's why I had to make a post. But this is a great accountability tracker, because I have friends on here that when they work out, I get the notification. And that's one notification I really enjoy getting, because I know that my friends are also taking care of themselves. So find some type of accountability, if that's joining a community, if that's finding a workout buddy, tracking your progress, like I said, with some type of app. You also can just take it back to simpler times. Like I'm not even telling you to buy anything. Get a piece of paper, get one of your kids' crayons, and boom, you have a habit tracker. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is not a really short video, but as you can see, I'm really, really passionate about movement. I'm really passionate about showing moms, specifically new moms, that you can put yourself first. So let me know in the comments below, what day are you going to choose to committing to working out this week? I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.